Right kids, I'm just outside my doctor's. I ran out of anti-nut job pills and apparently they won't have none till tomorrow, so if I turn into a nut job halfway through this video, you know why, don't you? I haven't had my fluoxetine. I'm just on my way to see a man who's handled so many coins. He's handled more coins than the British Museum, and he's gonna talk about this massive Celtic hoard and stuff, and we'll see what coins he's got. Alright, I've got to drive over to Northampton an hour and a half to see the king of coins, Alistair McKay, with the king of sausage. So Ben chatted up, my Facebook friend from Evesham, and he asked me if I wanted this coin catalogue from 1949. I didn't want it, but I went 10 minutes out my way to get it, and now I've come nearly 2 hours in traffic out my way to deliver it by hand to somebody who really would like this, because he's got a collection of them. Stop it. So I've brought this over to the top coin puff. He's Alistair McKay. He used to have a coin shop. He's spent his whole life up to his head in King's Heads. He's part of a Czechoslovakian coin trafficking ring, and he's not even Czechoslovakian. Told you I needed them fluoxetine, kids. But anyway, you get half the drift. I've come to see a dear old friend who's a top coin hustler. So I'm sat outside the Royal Charter in Rowell.
Roll Charter.
Oh, it's the Royal Charter.
In Roll.
In Rowell. I thought it was the Royal Charter in Rowell. It's actually the Rowell Charter, in Rowell, with, as I explained in my intro, it's got to be one of the most intelligent men in British coin dealing, Alistair. That's why I've drove best part of 2 hours in traffic just to give him a coin catalogue, because I wish I'd been filming the last hour that we've been chatting. But Alistair has got his own interest in collecting, apart from trading and that, is Northamptonshire tokens. What century?
17th century.
Northamptonshire 17th century tokens. Now, would you like to tell my viewers a little bit about these tokens?
Right, what can I say? They're typical 17th century tokens, but I get a lot of fun out of researching the issuers and things. Most of the work I've done are on tokens from Roll, or Rothwell as it's spelt, Roll as it's pronounced locally. And I've come across all sorts of interesting stuff. For instance, one of the issuers, his signature is on the very first page of the records of the Free Church from about 1655, I seem to remember. And I just like my tokens. Basically, I like coins. I deal in coins so that I can see as many as possible. That's the only reason for it.
How many years have you been dealing in coins, Alistair?
55, I would say, yes.
And you've had shops or stands in what parts of London?
Well, I started off in Cutler Street, which was well known at the time for coins and dealing in gold, silver and whatever. Then I had a stand in Portobello Road. I had a shop in Hillgate Street in Notting Hill. Then we moved up here and I did something else for a very brief period, and then I drifted back into it again.
And Rowell we're in Northamptonshire today.
Yeah. And
can you tell me that little anecdote about your coin shop here that you had and you could see the pub?
Yeah. Well, it was a general antique shop, but coins were the speciality, and we lived just opposite the old Greyhound pub, or we lived over the shop. So when the pub opened, I used to put up back in 5 minutes on the shop door, and I could sit in the pub and watch the front of the shop, and I'd always been back, when somebody got there, I'd always be back within 5 minutes.
That's how you sell coins from the pub, kids. And we'll just round off with a little anecdote about what lay under Alistair's bed for a short period of time, please, Alistair.
A fairly major hoard of Celtic coins, and there was a Roman element to it as well.
Were they gold coins?
There was gold and silver,
Yeah.
and there's very few bronze items. But
These were under your bed?
these were under my bed. They were brought to me initially by the finder to do a little bit of initial identification work on them. And I had a safe in the shop, but I decided, just in case anybody heard I got them, the place they'd go was the safe. So I stuck them under the bed, and they were there for about 3 weeks.
And did you tell your wife they were under the bed?
Not until they'd gone away again.
Alistair, that's been worth driving a couple of hours for. Cheers, mate. Happy days, kids. It's not about the coins, it's about the people. Unless it happens to be a unique Carausius coin, then I'll be interested. So Alistair, he's had an interest in coins for decades. He was just telling me that the first coin shop, was it a coin shop or auction house?
Coin shop.
First one he went in, what was it called?
Well, I did the ancient coins at Michael Coins in Notting Hill.
That story you just told me about being 13, was that?
Well, my first time I walked into a coin shop was Baldwin's.
First time he walked into a coin shop, Baldwin's, he was 13 years old. Guess how much a nice condition Edward I hammered coin was? £1.50. And you were saying that you chose well?
30 shillings in those days, and I was confronted by the lovely Dougie Mitchell and looked at through a magnifying glass.
Inspector.
He passed me and just poured out a sack of Edward First and Second pennies and said, take your pick, 30 shillings each, take what you want. And that was it. And then he did actually tell me it was a hoard they bought in the 1920s, but a lot of the rough stuff had been scrapped.
Back in the day, kids, they scrapped hoard coins. You see, this is what you come out for, the stories, kids, the stories. It's just fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And I'm going to come over again if there's a nearby dig to Alistair in Northamptonshire and get some more fascinating stories.
Yep. See you soon, I hope.
Alistair McKay, the UK's top coin puff.
Charming.
So the only reason I had this delightful excuse to come and visit Alistair today was because a nice young chap from Evesham, Ben Grosvenor, he hit me up in Messenger, didn't even know me, but he seen me social media, he realised I was in Evesham, and he asked me if I wanted the coin catalogue. So massive thank you to Ben for giving me an excuse to come and see a dear friend of mine. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers, Ben.
Cheers, everybody.
Happy days, kids. So this estate agent was Alistair's coin shop, and if we pan round, that was the pub. What was the pub called?
The old Greyhound. It was the Greyhound originally. Then it became the Sexton. Then it totally folded, and a guy called Justin bought it, revived it, and it became the old Greyhound.
The old Greyhound, and that's where Alistair sold his coins from. Well, I've just left the delightful Alistair and his wife Carolyn, his lovely wife Carolyn. They've been married 51 years, and they're like a pair of old bookends, bless them, they're lovely. But you know me, I'm just cheeky. I couldn't leave a coin dealer's house without asking him for just a lucky coin as a keepsake, not an expensive. And he's gave me a hammered coin. It's a Venetian soldino. And I was absolutely buzzing when he said that, because I've never dug a Soldino. And they were known as galley pennies. They must have come over on by trade on the galleys, and they were always a bit smaller than our own hammers, and they could be debased and that. Lucky galley penny from one of the top experts in numismatics and coins. One of the top experts in the world, Alistair. Good morning, everyone. So that was yesterday. I went to see Alistair. I've known him on Facebook for like 5 or 6 years. Anytime there's a coin, a special coin that comes out the ground that needs identifying, everybody in the know, if they get a coin, they always show it Alistair on Facebook. He does that for thousands of people online, or thousands of coins annually. He's an absolute great resource of knowledge, and you just can't buy that. It's just a privilege to know people like Alistair. Yes, like I say, that was yesterday. Today, it's Saturday morning. I'm going to see somebody from Facebook. He's called Tombs Tommy. He's made jewellery out of coins that people have found and that. He's been working on a ring for the last year to commemorate my lovely wife Rachel, who we lost last year to cancer. Rachel only ever dug one hammered coin. It was a cut half. Edward I from Spring Detectable, 2018. So that was a cut half of a hammered coin. And I gave Tommy, Rachel's only hammered, the cut half. I gave him a cut half of mine. And Oliver from Norfolk donated a gold guinea, a £500 or £600 coin. He said, "Steve, use that as the gold for the ring that you want making to commemorate your wife." Oliver, mate. There's no words for... I'd only met Oliver at the time once on a rally. And then he seen on Facebook that I was after a gold coin to melt down to make the ring. And he gave me this £500 or £600 one. Gave me it. That's another case of just amazing people that you can come into contact with. So, Tommy, he's been very, very poorly, and he's had a lot of bad luck during COVID, like a lot of us. So, he's had the makeup of the ring for like a year, and he's almost finished it, because he's, like I say, he's had a lot of bad luck, Tommy, bless him. And I'm going over there this morning. It's a 3.5 hour drive. It's about 180 miles, so it must be North Wales. And I'm going to get a move on. It's like 5:45 a.m. now. So I've got to go and finally pick this ring up. And it may not even be completely finished when I bring it back, because, like I say, Tommy's been in the wars. If it isn't completely finished, I'll get Sid to... I'll get Sid Perry to just put the finishing touches to it, so we can have this ring finished. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm not looking forward to the mega long drive. I don't know how Buster will handle it. But I'm absolutely buzzing to go and see this ring finally, and show my viewers and my friends it. It's going to be a gold ring made up. The bezel will be the 2 cut half hammered coins. The gold is a gold guinea, and it's also 2 little nuggets from Australia. One of them was given to me by the best man at my wedding and one of my best friends, John Hilton Smith, Skippy, aka the Australian Alien. And the other little nugget was from Australia, was from his friend and my friend Terry Straws. So the gold guinea and 2 Australian nuggets make up the gold, and it's also commemorating not only Rachel, but it commemorates Terry Straws, because he tragically committed suicide maybe over a year ago. So yeah, it's a commemorative ring, and it's very, very special, kids. So I better go get over and see it, and you'll see it in my next video. So I hope you all have a lovely day, lovely evening, whatever time you see this. God bless you, kids, and don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, please. Alright, I'll catch up with you later. Cheers.